Ready to? Are you ready? Are you ready, Graham? Graham,
Always.
Are you ready to guess that game? Hello, welcome. We're back.
Good. Hello.
Just the two of us. We're a little pre-show, little guess the game pre-show. If you're not familiar, get this up on Discord. It feels weird with just the two of us. It feels more intimate. But we're going to smash this one though. I think Special Guest Pete has already tried this, and I don't think he got it. So I'm not confident, but let's give it a go. Any ideas there, Graham?
It reeks of that's like some sort of loot boxy style of thing. So it's got like an RPG feel to it, but mechanical, like Too Human or whatever it was. Those kind of style games. Yeah. Well, not quite Elix because that was a bit more janky, but it's giving me that kind of vibe.
I think Too Human is a solid guess to start with. 9.
No. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, I can't quite make out what that is. There's some sort of UI at the top here, I think. I can't even decide like a generation. That one was giving me like Dreamcast / PS2.
Yeah.
This one, I'm not so sure.
That's making me think of that free game that's on Xbox, like Vanguard or whatever it is. The sort of space helmet, but I mean that's just based off a weird looking space helmet because it also could be like Samus by the way that kind of thing looks, but it's hard to make out what the hell we're looking at. But 71% can't be a Metroid game, surely.
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
I'm not sure. Is it called Vanguard? I can't remember what it is. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I'm not sure that I do. That's why I put it in to see what come up. But
it's like a free. I'm not sure if it's third person, but it's like a free to play sort of shooter. On there.
Not sure. They're dime a dozen these days, aren't they?
Yeah, no, that's why I sort of play a little bit onto it.
Alright, so.
It's old.
History.
That not Azura's Wrath, is it?
Yeah, I was just thinking Azura's Wrath.
I can see a lot of bombs.
Yeah. Oh, it is Azura's Wrath. What a game. Let's have a look. Oh, it's him. Look.
Yeah.
When he's down, getting ready to with the little finger poke, I think, coming down in it from space and get rid of.
That was an awesome game. That was a good game.
I had a great time playing that because they did a load of DLC for it, didn't they? It was only like a couple of quid, and I think they did. I can't remember now. 4 or 5 different extra chapters, like make one final act. I don't think I ever played that. But I played for the whole game. It's like a Dragon Ball Z game, basically, wasn't it? Just absolutely rinsing the.
That first one's fucking bullshit. A little picture of a chest. That could have been everything.
So there's some game sets. Anyone get it in 1.21%.
But I mean, people can just cheat. You can just do it on a different browser. It's scummy.
They can too. 3% in 2, and then we're in the big category in 3. Azura's Wrath. I think it's backwards compatible. I'm pretty sure it's backwards compatible. So you can play it with Series X and stuff like that. I'm not sure about the PlayStation side of things, but if you haven't played it, what a fucking game that is. Great game.
Talking of flashbacks.
Proper throwback that one. Anyway, right. So we're going to talk about some new stuff now, some exciting stuff, I'm sure, when I can find the intro button, where it's just me and you here. Games played, as usual, a little bit of news, not too much to get into, and then rapid fire our way out of here. So Graham, are you ready?
Let's do this.
If I could find the intro. Here we go. Right. Hello, good evening, and good welcome to Gaming Tavern's podcast, episode 193rd. We're back at last after many weeks away, and this week I'm joined by the one and only MPV Graham. Hello, MPV Graham, how are you?
Good, hello. He didn't even pop me in, I was just there from the start.
No, I just left you in, just the two of us this week. No Scottish Gruff, no Millie Man Ian. Just dual wielding all the way. We're going to have lots of fun, aren't we?
Yes. I was loving the new intro. It's just still that dubstep annoys the hell out of me.
You love the dubstep. What we're going to do is just going to play dubstep on loop for the next hour, just for you. Just that specific dubstep as well. Yeah. We've floated some ideas for some new theme songs, but you can't beat the classic dubstep.
You very much can, quite easily.
Anyway, yeah. So welcome back. It's been a few weeks since we've been here. We've done a stream. Was it last week? Or
Peak last week. Yeah.
Last week. You can go and watch that on the YouTube channel right now. We played the four of us, Scottish Gruff and Millimanian joined us. It was Millimanian's suggestion, and it was a lot of fun. What did you think of the hit wonder game of Peak?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that. It was good cooperative fun. If once we actually started to kind of cooperate, but I think it could have done with a smidgen more guidance, because it looks like you need to lean well into sort of using all the items you come across to get through it, because as soon as we hit that second phase, it was just a nightmare. We couldn't get anywhere, poisoned all the time, and then once you fall, I mean, that's the other thing. It's too brutal. Sort of once you get hurt, there's like barely any chance of coming back from it. I mean, if you've got the backpack, you're already hamstrung stamina-wise of climbing up anything. But if you get injured, then you've got literally even less stamina, and then things are higher and higher to climb, and you've got literally no way of getting around it.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't quite. I think I said to you, it wasn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting third person, and like you said, to be a bit less reliant on like the health going down with the the energy and the hunger and the damage and all the backpack weight, stuff like that. But as you said, once you got the hang of it, and once you got into the idea of getting around the limitations, it was quite good fun, especially watching Ian plummet off the cliff several times over and over again.
But that's more fun, though. They sort of don't add so much sort of damage kind of back into it, because that's it. It completely kills the game off once you've done that, because either you die and you can't get back, or you're so injured that you've got no stamina to climb back up again, and then you just dead fish.
Definitely pays to stick together, which is something Scottish Gruff probably need to learn, especially early on. Don't worry, Ross, I'm already fucking at the top. Wait for us then.
But that's what I mean. But if they're dead, you're just stuck watching the others. It's just fun.
I'm not sure. Again, because we didn't have a tremendous deal of success, I don't know if there's a way to like respawn people if you get to the.
I think you get to the next base. Yeah, I think you can. I mean, what fun is that? Sort of, you die early on, it's like now you can just watch us get to the base.
You get to yay! And you can't. I mean, you can float around as a ghost, but you can't really help out other than to talk to your teammates, I suppose. We used to use Discord because it was easier for us to communicate. But I think that in the spirit of the game, you're supposed to use the in-game communication, so you can only hear each other like proximity chat. We had a hard enough time trying to keep up together as it was, letting know if we couldn't hear where we were either. So that's for like hard mode ones, I think.
You forget we did have some proximity sound in play with Ian's trumpet version of Ric Flair's sound for the entrance music.
Yeah, Ian playing the life-saving trumpet to pull us back together, and every now and then we see a little random pointer coming from one of them. Over here. But yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. I did enjoy what we played, and the fact that the mountain changes every day means that it's not just a case of, all right, we've learnt this mountain now, that's the end of it. It sort of keeps the challenge, as you said, keeps it fresh, keeps it a bit more interesting to go back and try it every now and then, rather than sort of one and done it, as it were. But it is very, very hard. It's a lot harder than I expected it to be to get to the top, or even get to the first base, let alone to the. We never did make it to the second one, did we?
We never made it to the base of the second one. No, once we got to the jungle bit, we just got screwed.
Yeah,
because it had rain in it, so you could barely see. There was poison clouds everywhere, and the vines
random
didn't
exploding plants that kept fucking doing us in. And trying to figure out the right way to go, and again with the backpack weight and the stamina and all that stuff. It was very tricky and not something you can just jump into, I don't think, if you want to have any success. But it was still good fun. But I like the way you can help each other up as well by placing ropes or reaching out a hand to grab them if they're just about run out of energy. And other tools. We got the anti-tools.
Anti-map the rope, which went upwards, which you could have used. You found ledge mushrooms that we could have used, and there was other different other fruits and stuff that I think probably would have helped if we knew how to throw them and use them. But like I said, there was no guidance on that piece to know. You just have to keep trial and error. Stop eating things because everything seems to poison you.
Yeah, look, what was it? Like the red berries were poisonous, but the yellow berries were gave you a speed boost or something. So again, it's trial and error. Just figuring out what you can and can't do. I'm sure there's wikis and guides out there for what there is, but where's the fun in that? You might as well, might as well experiment and enjoy yourself. But overall, very much enjoyed. Look forward to playing some more. I'm away for the next few weeks, so we won't be able to do them. But when we come back, or when I come back, I should say, we can play some more.
Give it another try.
Get back together and hopefully make it at least the second camp, if not a little bit further than that.
Yeah.
We'll see. But like I said, you can go watch that YouTube video on youtube.com/gamingtavernuk, I think it is now. Is that the right one? You'll find it. It's down below somewhere, I'm sure. Or if you're watching YouTube right now, you're already there. Great success. We'll do some more streams, I think, because that was quite fun. We played Ultimate Chicken Horse recently. We played... what did we play before that? I've forgotten what the last one. I literally just had it up here a second ago. We played lots of stuff more recently. We're trying to get a bit more into sort of streaming our gameplay rather than...
We did Rematch as well, but I don't think I was
play Rematch, yeah. Rematch, Ultimate Chicken Horse, GTA Heists. We've done plenty of Let's Plays up there, as well as the podcast, which we try and do each and every Sunday, 8 PM.
Yes. Single-ish.
Solo-ish. So we'll play some more of that. So we'll play some other games. We've got a few other multiplayer ones in the lineup, we'll go from there. But for now, let's talk about what else we've been playing on our own time, on our own TVs, without each other, solo style. And Graham, you've been playing some games. Let me get the list back up here. A few random ones, but let's start with Greedland, shall we?
Yeah.
So, what is Greedland? How are you finding it? Etc. etc.
So Greenland was something you sort of mentioned to me to give it a try. Yeah, got a copy of it, and it's kind of Vampire Survivors meets what's the Halo the sort of third-person shooter one. I can't remember what it's called, the Spartan Warriors, whatever it was.
Yeah,
and just the same sort of concept. It's survival mode, but just with other kind of features thrown into it. You don't get a plethora of different weapons to choose from at the start. You've got one kind of special power, which is like an ice ring, which freezes enemies in place, and you've got a dash. And then you start off with your basic assault rifle thing, and then as you complete the levels, you kind of level up and you unlock other things like different guns, different armors, different modules that sort of help speed up gunfire, helps aiming and things like that. But it sort of eases you in and then sort of ramps up the difficulty a little bit. So the same sort of concept. You while around, you can level up. As you level up, you pick from some options that can either like cause your bullets to bounce, makes you be able to fire twice, gives you an extra weapon which fires behind you, gives you what's called a prism, which is like a little floating thing around you, and if you shoot through the prism, your bullets become like more powerful, so you can only aim through it. But you can play automatic, so your gun will always shoot the nearest enemy, or you can turn it off and just use like the right stick to sort of fire where you want to aim, or you can do both. You can leave on automatic, but as soon as you touch the right stick, it becomes manual again, and if you let go, it goes back to being automatic. So that's kind of like an edge it probably has over Vampire Survivors, because obviously Vampires is fully automatic. So to have the ability to sort of aim where you want it to aim gives you that little bit of an edge when it comes to trying to escape or evade. Because if you're off direction when you're trying to get out, it doesn't help. So
a bit more interactive, should we say, rather than just moving around in Vampire Survivors or one of the many clones of that already.
And the other different bits in there, it gives you, they're called airdrops. There's a sort of either random things that boost it. One goes overdrive, so it gets in and makes your bullets like 5,000 times faster. It goes nuts. Or it drops, it allows you to do a nice ring thing, or it's the equivalent of the attract orb, where it just pulls in all the experience to you, so you level up a bit quicker. And they like drop every other minute, so they kind of help you out with the battles, and then you fight. There's like every now and then you get like a mini boss, and then you get the big old boss through there, and fighting those obviously gets you better rewards. but the time frame varies. Like first one might be stay alive for 10 minutes, and another one stay alive for 15 minutes, and then you get some random objectives to try and achieve whilst in there, like dash 10 times, collect 6 airdrops, or stay alive for 10 minutes, those kind of things. So it gives you extra things to aim for as well, which is quite handy. Keeps it kind of interesting. So yeah, I mean, there is like 3 massive areas, and there's different sort of levels in each of the areas. They're quite big circles. They're similar kind of size maps, I guess, to some of the Vampire Survivors ones, because some of those maps are quite huge. So it's like a big circle, but almost to the size of like a Vampire Survivors map. And there's sort of hidden things that you can find, like treasure chests, which can either give you an extra boost as well. So yeah, I think it's not just a clone for clone's sake. It looks like they've added their own sort of, you know, personal touches to it to make it a bit more unique, and it's co-op by the looks of it as well. So it's a bit of fun to shoot around. It's not complex.
You haven't tried the co-op then yet?
Not yet, no. But yeah, it's not too bad if you like those kind of survival games. Those are like always good for a bit of a pick up and play, and there's no brain power needed. It's just stay alive and try and get through it.
Oh, yeah, I thought you might be interested in that one. Like I said, AJ's reviews up on xboxtavern.com right now. You can go read it if you like, and he quite enjoyed it as well. So I thought, I know you liked. What was that one you played a few weeks
God of War. God of Weapons, even.
God of War, boy. Yeah, God of Weapons. There's something similar to that, but maybe a little bit more production value.
Yeah, the action value is definitely ramped up on this game. What God of Weapons had different was like the inventory management to play around with your weapons. You were restricted to what your bag size was, to what weapons you could have, and you had to really sort of play tactically of what other different enhancements you had. So yeah, they're all kind of fun, but if you just play it for the action side of things, yeah, you're going to get repetitive all over. You have to take the game for everything it is, not just the pure base action, because obviously it's just shooting monsters whilst moving out of the way. You just, same with Vampire Survivors. If you play it just for what that gameplay is, it's just a bit bland. But with Vampire Survivors, there's always something to try and achieve. Try and combine a special weapon, a particular weapon, or try and find the artifact that's on the stage or something. So yeah, play it how it's supposed to be played. Otherwise, you will just find it repetitive if you're all about that.
Very nice. Yeah, I will give it a go, I think, at some point, because like I said, I don't think it's online co-op, but it doesn't.
No, I think it was only local. Yeah,
silly fun for half hour just to run around smashing people up, and like I said, try and get some chests and unlocks and see if it grabs you, really. Because Vampire Survivors didn't grab me as much as it did you, I don't think. I enjoyed it a little bit, but like you said, I think I was playing it wrong. I was just trying to survive as opposed to trying to hunt out all the extras or trying to build the extra weapons and stuff like that.
Because it's the table turning moment where you think, I'll keep dodging and running because I'm not strong enough, and as soon as you get that super weapon, you say, now who's the boss, and you start storming towards them because you want the experience, and you start just churning through them. So yeah, you always get to a table turning moment, and that's where the game goes, okay, now who's the daddy? You start charging through them, and then until the table turns again when they go, actually now have about 1,000 enemies all closing in on you. Is like, okay, fine. It's not just going to be a cakewalk. There is another twist in this tale.
Yeah, the ultimate power fantasy, basically. Yeah. I am God. Oh shit! No, not like that.
Yeah, too much.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you very much. I've been experimenting, Graham, with a lot of PC gaming lately. If you look on xboxtavern.com right now, I think my last 4 or 5 reviews have all been PC games. Xbox Fusion Fingers putting the games everywhere, and we figured, why not? Let's experiment and play a bit more PC stuff. So I've been playing a game. I played a game, so I've reviewed it, like I said, on xboxtavern.com right now, called Dead Take, and it's from the people who made A Legend of Kanzara Zao. I don't know if you played that one. It's like one of the EA original ones by Surgeon Studios, and this is their follow-up. But that was almost like a Prince of Persia style platformer game, and this is a first-person psychological horror, so completely different. And it's sort of a commentary on the movie or the entertainment industry, shall I say, and what people do to succeed, and what goes on behind the scenes in terms of like politicking and the things some people do to push themselves ahead over others and stuff like that. The story very interesting. Again, it's only like a 5-hour game, so I won't get too deep into it. But there's a lot of live action scenes, as you've seen from this trailer, with Ben Starr and Neil Newbon and several other video game.
I was about to say, looks familiar.
Yeah, the old Verso from Expedition 33 and a billion other games it seems lately. But yeah, so he's in it. Neil Newbon, who voiced someone in Baldur's Gate 3. I forget the character's name now because I've not played that game. But yeah, lots of famous video game actors at the very least, as well as a cameo from your favourite, old Max Payne himself, Sam Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's one of the characters in there, and basically the gist of the with the classic face, the gist of the gameplay is you're exploring this mansion of this director called Duke Kane, and you're one of the actors that's gone for this role, and you're there to find the other actor who got the role because you haven't heard from him for a while, and some shady shit's gone down. And as you explore this mansion, it's very Resident Evil like. So like you'll find I've just for you a tiger's eye to put into a tiger to open a door, which then will give you a battery to open put in a remote, which will open another door, and so on and so forth. They're not accurate examples, but you get the idea. You're gradually unlocking this mansion, and along the way, spooky shit goes down. There's a lot of those, like I said,
all the mannequins.
Mannequins. There's a lot of sudden glimpses out of the corner of your eye, or hushed noises behind you and stuff like that. One bit in particular, again, no spoilers too much, but features a baby crying on a monitor. And oh my god, I could not for the life of me figure out to shut that fucking baby up. I was like, god damn it, I just want to get past this puzzle. It took me far too long to solve it. Yeah, you get the idea, all the sort of horror tropes and that. But it's done really well, very effective. And I played it pretty much in one sitting. And from start to finish, it definitely made me jump more than once, that's for sure. But it's not like you're never in any real danger. There's no monster chasing and stuff. It's just about the atmosphere and the creepy goings on. And then you find these USB sticks which have those live action clips on with Ben Starr and stuff like that. And what happens is you put it into the cinema projector and you can watch the clip. But if you then get I forget what they term it as, it's like a corresponding clip, you can use this fancy pretend technology to splice them together, and it makes a whole new clip. So it might be, for example, an interview with one person, an interview with a second person, and then when you splice them together, they're sort of, the interview becomes them interviewing each other, if that makes sense. So their answers then become the question for the other person, and vice versa. Or it might make something completely different. It will generate a completely different person off of the two people you put in. It's not very freeform. Like there's a right answer and a wrong answer, so you can't mix and match everything. But it is still quite interesting to see them be mixed and matched together anyway. And that's how you get some of the cameos from people like Alana Pierce and Laura Bailey and others. Which, yeah, again, not going into spoiler territory too much. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. It's only on PC for now, like I said, that's where I played it, but they have said they want to try and bring it to consoles at some point. But if you like a bit of spooky horror goodness, without any real actual danger, but a lot of psychological stuff going on, as well as a bit of weird future technology and a bit of meta commentary on the entertainment industry, as it were, then take and go read my review right now and play it on Steam. It's fairly cheap as well. I think it's only about 15 quid, and well worth as far as I'm concerned.
Cool.
So yeah, I know you're not really your cup of tea, I'm sure, but I would, yeah, I think it's fucking. I think it'd be hilarious.
And then scaring. I know Ian doesn't like a bit of the jump scare.
It would be hilarious to see Ian play it, because there's, like I said, a few bits got me, and I know that they would definitely get him as well. But yeah, so it's like I said, very Resident Evil like, which is probably why I like it so much. But yeah, very, 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 very good indeed.
Good.
Nice. Great, you've been playing. Hang on, what's this? FC 26 beta. I didn't even know that was a thing. Tell me about it.
Yep, I got the invite from EA to sort of try out the beta version, and yeah, it didn't seem to have the same sort of grab the last sort of demo did. I mean, the gameplay, once again, it's the same sort of thing. It's very, very little subtle differences between them. So I don't notice anything massively different gameplay-wise. And I was just trying out like the Ultimate Team on there, because that's usually the mode I generally play with those ones. And they didn't like boost you as much as they did last year with the demo version. They like gave you like a way of like, so you get to get loads of packs and get all the kind of decent plays to mix it around. They've been a bit stingy this year, and sort of so you have to grind a little bit to try and get it, which is a bit meh for the demo or just the beta version, because nothing carries over. You get restarted once the full game comes out, so it's not like you benefit from it. But yeah, so
yeah, surely they'd want to supercharge you so you get a good feel of what it's like later on, no? Like you said in the past.
Well, like I said, well, just so you get used to all the different things that it can do, like all the different packs, you play around with the different packs. Okay, so this is what, the new animation looks like, or so you can mix and match the different teams and try out different formations and sort of put it through. It's a bit hard where you just got half a cat team and you can only sort of do it with just grind, because no point playing against AI. There's nothing you're going to learn too much from that.
Yeah.
And I did do that. It was okay. Like I said, there's just not enough for me to notice a massive difference between the different ones, but they're harping on about it's made it more visually friendly. So on the last ones, there was like sometimes there's kit clashes were too much, and so you can just take that out completely and just play a version that the kits are always separate, so you don't have to keep worrying about a clash. There's like when you play at certain stadiums, they've got like a horrible stadium shadow over the pitch. And on bigger tellies, when you're playing it, sometimes in the darker areas, a fucking nuisance because you can't really see what's going on. You can turn shadows off, so you're just playing in a lit stadium each time. So it's like that little subtle nuances, but I mean, it's not enough to make it like a brand new thing. But those are nice touches to go through. And they added in a few new, like special things that certain players can do. I mean, not that you knew it anyway. That you've got some can do like finesse shots better than others. They've got an extra skill that allows them to sort of score easier or more accurate with it, or ground passes are faster and more accurate, or their first touch is better, so when they receive the ball they can turn and move quite quickly rather than looking like they're turning a bus. So some people got them, and there's a couple of new ones, but because you don't get any of the decent players, you've got no one that's got these new things to try it out, which like I said, it's a bit odd that they didn't sort of gift you some of those so you can play around with it. But yeah, I'm more than likely probably going to kind of get it anyway, so I'm a big fan of this kind of series, but I'm not blown away by it. It is what it is. I mean, the game's good anyway, but you just we're hoping for something to sort of go, oh, I'm glad they've added this year. That's pretty decent. I look forward to sort of getting stuck into that.
So is there anything in particular you would have liked them to add over 25? Or change, or what have you, for the better?
It's hard to know because everything's just so pack heavy and sort of that people just get giddy over that element of it. I mean, that's kind of fun, but I just don't like when people pump so much money into it. I don't like the money side of it. But I just like the various different kind of games. They did it not last year, but the year before, where games where you can have like different tournaments where it's golden goal. So the first one scores and that's it. They've added a tournament in here which does that. Those will be more popular because people just don't want to keep playing full games, especially when they're getting their ass handed to them. They either just quit out, and which means they have to forfeit like certain coins and everything to do it that way. Where I imagine if they did a lot more different games with like first one scoring and allow people to choose that kind of mode, then they get way more kind of hype and interesting that bit, rather than having to play full games sometimes on some of these tournaments. But just that, maybe a bit more of a mix up with Rush mode. Not saying that copy of the way Rematch has done it, but you've obviously Rush had like the 5-a-side thingy, but you can just why not condense that down and have different, like maybe a 3-a-side or 4-a-side or a 5-a-side, so you can have variations of it to mix it up. It says you can be the goalie now, but I couldn't even get into a game of Rush on there because there wasn't enough people.
Oh really?
So,
man, Rush was like the best mode last year, wasn't it? The plate jumping through switches.
I quite it's a good fun. It's a bit more of a different style, so I like that. I mean, if they brought in maybe another different kind of take of a mode like that, that'd be fun. But just take out some of the stuff that they weren't doing, because they kept adding moments, and they brought moments back into it again, but they had them for like the first month, and then they never added anymore. What's the point? What's the point of having them if you're never going to renew them or do anything new with them? It's just
I suppose if they're not making any money on them, then they're going to be putting their effort elsewhere, I guess.
Yeah, they said they're going to change up because with the Ultimate Team, the main bit was that you earn qualifications to enter like the big old tournament in the weekend, and like the better you did, the better the prizes that you kind of got. And I think they were trying to do away with that so anyone can enter the tournament, but just enter into like a lesser tournament with people around the same skill level, and just let like the mega sort of plays every day go against each other and sort of earn their kind of rewards. Otherwise, yeah, the people that aren't that good are always going to get humped when it comes to those championship ones. And you said it's not that inclusive if you just keep being pitted against other people that just play against the game-breaking elements. You know exactly the place where to score from, or how to sort of ruin the game and sort of keep the ball and make it boring for other people. So yeah. Like I said, maybe I'm just not looking in the right areas, but I think they could have done a bit more to stress the changes. So that's what the kind of beta bit's for. But
is it still running, or was it like a weekend?
Oh no, it's open for like a couple of weeks in August.
Okay.
And then the game's like released. I think it's like mid or late September.
Okay.
So I think for August it's running out for a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. So you got an email invite? Was that it's not something you sign up to?
No, what they did last time, it was a bit weird. You could only play certain modes. Like you were invited to a specific mode. It might be like the clubs bit, or it might be the career mode. And some people got access to everything. And they tried to sort of fudge their way through it. Like if you knew a friend that had more than you, you could invite them to play with you through the demo, and they got shooed into that area as well. So it kind of temporarily unlocked it for them to play it. But I mean, I got access to kind of everything, so I don't know if they changed it up this year or whether I just got lucky again. But no, I was hoping to be blown away a bit more, and a little bit underwhelmed at the moment.
I suppose that's the idea of these betas, I guess, to test what people like and don't like, and then they got a little bit of time to fine tune perhaps and put the full game out, like I said, in September sometime. More soon, I imagine, when we get access to the full game when it comes out. And then I'm sure we'll get roped into playing it at some point and play it, and you can see all of the red cards flying. Nice. Okay. That was a surprise. I just read that. I was like, hang on, 26? What, already? I suppose it is that time of year. It is that time of year again already.
It comes up in September. And I think they'll threaten to bring it out earlier, just so it starts when the season starts. But
I like the way you're threatening to bring it. How dare you?
Well, it's always been sort of mid-September, but it's always been like a week or so into the start of the Premiership season. Not that the Premiership's like the king of all of it, but being as it's based off football, where England's where it's most popular, it just seems normal that they would start it when the season starts. But it's almost like you get the football bug and you just want to play something, and it's not there until a bit later.
Yeah, I suppose it gives you a week to sort of anticipate it a bit more, perhaps. Get those extra EAFC coins for flying.
It's more of a month. I think it starts next week, the actual start of the league.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you know me.
I know you don't.
Love a bit of football.
I know.
Nice. I'll tell you what I do love, though, Grayman.
What's that?
Resident Evil Survivor Horror likes. That's weird, isn't it? 2 in 1 week. What's this?
Yeah.
So another PC game I've been playing this week, last week I should say. I reviewed as well. It's a game called Heartworm, and this is literally Resident Evil to a T.
From the door opening, hang on.
From the door opening animations to the inventory to the static camera angles. It's not zombies. It's weird, like photograph static enemies that you kill by taking pictures of them. And it follows. It's a bit weird. There's a whole story of this girl called Sam, and she's sort of had the loss of her grandfather, and she's read on some online forums supposedly that she can find a way to reunite with him in another world, as it were. And she goes to this place, undetermined place, and just goes through a weird, again, sort of psychological set of scenarios from her granddad's sort of childhood home to a weird sort of hellscape city to a bizarre clock tower that's fallen apart. It all gets very strange and weird. The story is not really its strong point by any means, because to be honest, I only realised her name was Sam and that she was going after her grandfather after I read the Steam page description. When I finished it, I had when it started the game, I had no idea what was going on. But the gameplay, like I said, Resident Evil style. So static cameras for the most part. Everything's in 3D, so occasionally the camera will move and will follow her, but most of their viewpoint is static cameras. A lot of door opening animations, as you saw. A lot of puzzles, more tiger's eyes going into tigers to find the ruby, to open the door, to get the key, to get the chainsaw, etc., etc. But yeah, it's really well made. Again, very, very heavily Resident Evil inspired. Not too long as well. The exploration of the areas is quite fun because you're finding the little trinkets you need. There's lots of little notes around to try and explain more of the story. Not that I really understood any of it, to be honest with you, like I said, but I enjoyed sort of finding all the little hidden areas and getting all the extra trinkets and collectibles and stuff. The enemies, they're not particularly fun to fight, but they're just like shambling zombie adjacent creatures. Some of them you have to fight because they'll chase you down quite quickly, but the rest of them you can just run past for the most part.
I saw spiders. They didn't look very like photos.
No, there was a few boss fights throughout against things that aren't like staticky photo monsters, one of which is a spider. And the boss fights are easily the worst part of the game because they're not difficult, they're just tedious. So for example, the spider, you're in like a sort of a circular area and you have to run around it, but it's so fast and it can hit you from so far away, and then every now and then it disappears and drops loads of baby spiders which explode into like dangerous gas like clouds basically. And just trying to stay alive in that one was more frustrating than difficult because no matter how far away you think you are, you're never quite far enough away for it to hit you. I was like, but once I got past that, the other two boss fights were just, quite frankly, insultingly easy. So I don't know where it went from this is annoying to this is boring. So yeah, the boss fight's not the strongest part of the game by any means, but the rest of it, again, I enjoyed the exploration and the puzzle solving and stuff like that.
You just were dining on Resident Evil nostalgia.
That is a big part of it. I'm not going to deny that the fact that it looks and plays almost identical to Resident Evil's, the original trilogy and even the Dreamcast one, definitely helped a lot. But yeah, I enjoyed it. My review's up. You'll see from the review on xboxtavern.com. It's not my highest rated game of the year by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, if you like the Resident Evils or Silent Hill style games, you go check it out. Again, only on PC on Steam at the minute, but again, also fairly cheap, I think. So if you're into that sort of thing, go check it out now. Yes, and I think it's made by a single person as well. So, which is it's one of the better solo. One of the better solo developed games I've played this year, certainly, if not in the last few years. Yeah, and again, Resident Evil, you can't go wrong really, except for Resident Evil 5. That can get in a bin. Anyway, Graham, let's do one more quickly. What do you want to take? Rematch or Star Wars Outlaws?
I'll do the Star Wars one because I've been trying to get back into that one. Rematch is more of an offhanded comment to say that if with EAFC on its way out, they really need to sort of buck up their ideas and shake things up soon before they just lose all the momentum that they gained from this. Because the first win of the day hasn't changed. They still haven't done ranked with like 3v3 and 4v4. And they spent, it's just enough on different victory poses and stuff. People want the mixing up of things and the different things to say. There's enough spamming of good job when someone cocks up in goal or makes a crap pass or just exposes us. There's only so many times you can hear someone go, thanks, good job, thanks. So they really, just shake it up, add some new phrases in there, or just allow people to pick from different stock phrases and just add in different ranked ones and not just 5v5, or just have a way of sort of not playing with certain others so you can people quit out of the game and it just spoils it. You see they're 3v1 and that's like, this is going to be fun.
I must admit I haven't played it for a while, but last time I did play, like you said, it was a case of either we were winning and the other team were quitting out, or we were losing and my team were quitting out, and then everybody going, sorry, good job, sorry. Fucking hell. Okay, anyway, so Star Wars Outlaws you've been playing as well, which is
that's the one that I reviewed a while ago.
So that's the one with the little creature, I can't remember its name.
The little axolotl thing.
Nyx.
Yeah, that's it. I almost forgot it then. But I mean, graphically, the game always looked pretty decent. It got sort of spammed because the AI was a bit stupid and because some of the stealth areas was a bit unnecessarily tough and unforgiving. So, but as far as the story goes, it's decent enough, and the different missions are fun enough. There's enough combat in them. There's a little bit of platforming bits on discovery and searching for secret areas, and then yeah, there's different ways you can play different factions off each other. You can do a bit of space combat as well. It's kind of everything you wanted in kind of a sort of a Star Wars game. It's just yeah, it just took a lot of heat early on, and I don't really mind it. It's all right. You can sort of your little axolotl nicks. You can send them to do different things, distract enemies. You can send them to sort of pick loot up from a distance. He can unlock things from a distance. He can trigger people's grenades so they blow up themselves. So yeah, it's a neat little kind of addition to that thing. And yeah, I don't think it deserves the amount of grief and criticism that it got. It's fun enough.
Yeah. I think they, like you said, they've changed and updated it quite a lot since it came out, and they to try and counter some of them criticisms, like you said, like not making the stealth sections insta fail and not requiring a lot of stealth stuff and little fine tuned tweaks like that. So now's probably the best time to play it, really. I would like to, because it does look pretty good. Is it very Far Cry, if that makes sense? Is there much
in a way,
in terms of bases to find and clear out and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, there's different things you can do. There's like hunting missions. There's like different missions space missions where you have to pick certain cargo up, and then even if you're going through it, sometimes you have to infiltrate a base without being seen and steal something at the back, and then get out of it. And if you get out of it, you then get a choice to try and boost the faction you're originally doing it for, or some you can double cross them to another faction, get twice the amount of like credits from it, but you lose the what you gained from the one you did it originally. So you can play the factions off each other depending on which one you want to kind of get in with. And the more you're in with one, you get benefits from like the vendors that they have. And if you sort of go through their areas, they won't shoot you on sight, and you just get a bit more leeway with them. And so yes, sometimes if you get the fact like high enough, you get gifts from being like really have a good reputation with them. And and with the speed, you got like a speeder as well, little bike thing that you can upgrade, and you can traverse the map a little bit easier with that bit. That's quite fun to do that bit. And yeah, the combat's not as difficult as you need it. I mean, if you start picking on too many at once, obviously you can get taken down quite easily. But if you know how to sort of do shooting, it's not overly tough.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking of playing it like you're playing it through like a movie kind of style thing, then you just take it as it is. It's not overly difficult, but it is what it is. It's just part of the game, part of the story. And
because I mean, just watching this trailer again now, I know you spoke about it before, and I think I did like the first 20 minutes maybe to show my wife, because she's a big Star Wars like person, whereas I couldn't care less about Star Wars. But I do like the Ubisoft open world, like Far Cry and Avatar and stuff like that. So yeah, if this has got a bit of that in there, I would be far more
it is, because you're not committed to the main story. You can just go to different planets, do different side quests, keep doing the factions always got different jobs for you to do to sort of increase your reputation with them. And then either you can do it or double cross them. There's like betting you can do in there, and there's always like secret vaults things that you can find to help upgrade you. And then the way you learn new abilities is by achieving certain goals. It could be you have to kill 10 enemies whilst your axolotl distracts them. And then if you do that, that unlocks one section of it. And once you do it, you unlock a new ability, which could be like to throw a smoke bomb or a concussion grenade. Yeah. Or the order of Nyx is able to distract 2 people at once rather than just one. Or he unlocks the ability to sort of trigger grenades on certain enemies so they just blow up. So it doesn't just gift you new skills. You have to sort of work towards certain objectives to get these new skills, which is kind of a cool way to do it.
Yeah.
Or it could be to find something in a vault, which is hard to get into.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think at the time it came out, what was it? It was a year or 2 years ago at this point. It was it's crowded by a lot of other stuff, but I've got a little bit of free time, hopefully coming up in a few weeks. So yeah, maybe I'll see if I'm jumping back into that. Because yeah, it does look pretty fun. And like I said, it's been a while since I played a Far Cry style open world, explorer collectathon type thing. And yeah, as much shit as Ubisoft should get, quite rightly so. They do them type of games pretty well.
Yeah, and it connects to the older Star Wars games as well, because you bump into like Jabba the Hutt and Lando Calrissian as well.
Yeah.
So it's around that kind of era.
I mean, that means nothing to me, but yeah, I'll go with
You know who Jabba the Hutt is? Don't pretend.
I know who these characters are, but like I said, I'm not a Star Wars guy at all, so that doesn't appeal to me as much as going around clearing bases and exploring the world and collecting the upgrades and stuff like that. It doesn't matter what skins on it. Whether, like I said,
Well,
I don't
what
really
I mean
like
is
Avatar either.
the lore is
really like
based
the
on the original. It's not been Disneyfied as such.
Hang on a minute. Why have I lost your audio? Why can't I hear you? I assume you can hear me still.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on a second. This happens every now and then. 1 second. I'll be back. Vamp, tell me about your best pool.
Best pool. You're right. I did go into back into the EAFC 25, and all the pools are coming out now, because you can get so many sort of the cards, because they're just giving them out like candy now. And the highest ranked one I got was the Liverpool centre back Konate as a goalie, which was interesting. He's quite highly sought after, but it was just quite fun. Inter's big, strong centre forward Romelu Lukaku, I've got him as a centre back, as he's got a new modified card. But yeah, there's so many different kind of juiced up cards that are out now, and those are the beast ones I got. I think I've got a Marquinhos, who is a centre back for another team. He's playing as a centre attacking mid. They've just got basically players playing way out of position. They've got goalies playing as midfielders, and I think it's like shapeshifters and things like that. They're just all over the place. But yeah, like the lowest rank card is like 96 now, so they're just giving away stuff. I think there's loads of 99 base cards that are out there, so everyone's got some hyper juiced up teams. But yeah, sort of the best one's probably the Konate one, because he's just like a giant Liverpool centre back, and he's now playing in goal, which makes it even harder for anyone to score past him.
Very nice indeed. I'm assuming that I didn't miss you saying Thunderstruck and Kaka in any sort of order there.
Doesn't exist in this one. You can get a Kaka and you can get Thunderstruck cards, but they don't.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to ask for it every single week. It's EAFC 26. They better fucking up their game and bring back Thunderstruck Kaka, because I'll be livid if they don't. I mean, I still won't play it one way or another, but I need to hear those words again. Anyway, thank you very much for best pool there. Little technical hiccup, but I'm back. I can hear you now, which is good. I've got one more game to tell you about very, very quickly. I've changed it from what I wrote down because I haven't really played that as much as this one. It's a game called Popucom, which again, PC on Steam at the minute. I think it's coming to consoles at some point. Popucom. The title should pop up in a second. Have you haven't played like It Takes Two or
I have a little bit. I played a little bit of It Takes Two.
So it's very similar to that. So it's 2-player co-op. So not quite as asymmetric as that, but you both got different abilities. So one player is pink and yellow, and one player is purple and green. And as you can see from the video playing on the stream now, it's like a match 3 game. So as you're exploring these 3D worlds, you've got enemies who are different colours, and to defeat them, you have to fire your gun to make them match 3, basically. So if there's an enemy with 2 pink blobs, for example, you shoot it once, it'll make 3, and then that will kill it because it's turned into a match 3 like puzzle solution. And then there's various other like environmental objectives to fulfill. So certain switches only take certain color blobs fired at them. Certain walls will only let you go through if you're the right color, and you have to work together to get through the obstacles. So one me and my kid did earlier on, it was like a floating platform, and there was different walls with different colors, but we got through the first one, and then we had to swap sides and go through the next one. Because if you hit the wrong one, then you die, so you have to start again, and you have to stay together. So there's a lot of times where one of us got through the puzzle, one of us died, but then if you don't both make it, you have to then go back to the beginning because one person can't make it on their own. So it's a little bit uneven in terms of its balancing in that respect. But it's a lot of fun. We've only played first 3 worlds, I think. I don't know how many worlds there are, but you've got to collect 91 of these creatures to sort of end the game, and we've got 6 so far. So we've got quite a way to go. But yeah, so far lots of fun. It's not like it's not as asymmetric as Split Fiction or It Takes Two, where you're doing 2 completely different things. You just got 2 different sets of powers, which you must use together to get through.
Yeah, it did look fun.
It's 2-player co-op, which is what we were playing earlier on. But there is a 4-player or up to 4-player mode. I don't know what exactly that entails yet, but I'm going to have an experiment and see what it's like. Because if we can play, you can play it online, and I think that might be a fun one. If it's like adversarial or even 4-player co-op, I think that'd be a good laugh to jump in together at some point. But yeah, I'll experiment and I'll do some research and I'll get back to you with that. But yeah, Poppycom, it's been out for a little while now, but it's on sale on CD Keys. You can go there via Xbox Tavern, give us a little kickback for £7. So that's why I picked it up earlier on. And yeah, worth a shout. Worth a shout. All right, let's have some pluggles, Graham. Are you ready for some pluggles?
Get it,
and then we'll get through some very quick news, and then we'll get out of here because we've got other things to be playing. Where's his pluggles? Ross, what have you done with your pluggles? Is it this one? Let's find that.
We are now YouTube partners, so if you would like to show support for the show, you can do so starting at 99p per month, which will give you access to our After Dark shows, custom emojis, and more. You can also find the show on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. We also have an affiliate link with people over at CD Keys, so if you're looking to pick up the latest games at the best prices, you can also help the show in that way. As you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, we have our handles for all major social networking sites. If you want to challenge the hosts at guessthE.game, join us over in Discord and see how you stack up. And last but by no means least, for the very best gaming apparel, jump over to Insert Coin Clothing and use promo code ICXBT24 for 10% off orders over £50. And back to you, Jay.
Back to me. Thanks, Ross. And then the ethereal Ross, as he's not here this week.
Yeah.
So go follow the pluggles that Ross has said. He demands you. He needs it. He needs you to make him feel better by following his pluggles. Graham.
Does.
I know that you're not massively interested in this, but it is probably the biggest thing this week. Battlefield 6 beta is going on at the moment. Yeah, I'm assuming you spent all weekend playing it, no?
No, Battlefield is not my jam.
I mean, if I'm honest, it's not mine either. I did try it last night very briefly. But to be quite frank, I did terrible. It took ages to get into a game because the queues are huge. And I'm playing something else, which I can't talk about right now, which I was enjoying far more. So I just went back to play that instead. So it's out now. It's the biggest beta or biggest, what's the title here? Biggest Battlefield open beta ever. As of a few hours ago, it passed 500,000 people playing just on Steam. So that's quite a large amount of people playing a beta at once. When I joined the queue last night, I think I had to wait. I was like 220,000th in the queue or something like that. Yeah, I had a little bit of a wait. I left it running for a bit, and then I come back. It only took maybe 10 minutes to get into a game, and then I promptly got my ass handed to me left, right, and centre for the next 20 minutes before I decided, like I said, to go back to something else. But yeah, that's obviously done very well for themselves. There was lots of leaks beforehand of people playing it in sort of private tests, and now it's out there for everybody to experience. It seems to be getting a lot of good feedback as well. I saw some streams. I was watching Kind of Funny, I think, and they were really enjoying playing like Capture the Flag, Domination, or whatever they call it in Battlefield. There's lots of different modes to try, and yeah, it's on this weekend. I think it's on next weekend as well, and then the game is out at the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, at the end of October. Sorry. So yeah, we got a little bit of time. I don't know. It's obviously not coming to Game Pass day one, but it will come at some point because of the VA Play. But are you even remotely interested in playing this at all, even just out of curiosity more than anything?
Maybe. I mean, I did the same with Call of Duty. I didn't think I'd sort of dabble in that, but I mean, that can be fun when playing with friends to sort of give that a go. But I'm just not the greatest at those ones, and they always seem to attract the worst kind of people that they're the same places to camp, and once it's out there, it just becomes a tedious die fest.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, if it comes into Game Pass and we're all gonna have a dabble in it, then I'm not against that. I'm more than willing to have a go of it. but it's not the thing I go, oh, I'm itching to have a go. But
no, it's definitely something like you. I would play with people. Probably won't play it again on my own. Certainly not without it coming to a subscription service or what have you. But when I was playing last night, like you said about campers, I forget the game mode again. I'm not as familiar with that as Battlefield as I am Call of Duty, but it was like they were pushing the front forward, so we had an area we had to defend for, and then when they capture that, it pushes you back. So then you have to defend that area, and they push you back. But there was 4 or 5 snipers. You can just see like the glint off their scope, and then as every time I come around the corner, it's just glint, straight in the head. Okay, right, let's try from a different angle. Nope, I can still see all 5 of them, and they're still fucking sniping me from left, right, and centre. I tried sniping them back, but I'm a fucking shit shot. I can't hear a fucking barn door from a foot away. But I didn't. I would like to play a little bit more, perhaps, just to see if I can get into it, because I did really enjoy Call of Duty last year, which I know is slightly faster paced and slightly more arcadey, as it were. I do like the idea of Battlefield, but like you said, it's something that attracts the more dedicated players, shall we say. And unless you're going to be a dedicated player, you're probably in for
it's something you really have to commit into to sort of build up your skill set to be able to even compete. But I suppose it's the same with anything, but you have to have that interest in there. Yeah, no, I saw that guy's comment. Yeah, he's right. I mean, I did hear people really loving on Battlefield 3. Yeah,
so Random Rick Reviews, hello, says on our YouTube comments, he says, I don't have big expectations for Battlefield. I feel the series peaked with Battlefield 3. Which I think probably was the only one I ever really got into. I played a lot of the single player with that, single player co-op with an old friend, and a little bit of the multiplayer. Yeah, that and 2042 I think I played quite a bit of back in the day, but yeah, the modern Battlefield certainly not. I don't know whether this is going to be one that can draw us in. Like I said, I was surprised how much I enjoyed Call of Duty last year, so I kind of hoped it would be the same for this, but like I said, from my very limited experience last night, this is probably above my skill grade at this point to really get into without spending a lot of time, which I don't really want to do. I like to play lots of stuff, not just one thing over and over again. But they're doing very well, and it's out October 10th, sorry, so not the end of October, right smack bang towards the middle of it, so we can play that maybe at some point. Who knows? I know Daniel's very interested. He messaged me the other day about it. I'm surprised Ross or Ian didn't want to jump in, but they've obviously been busy or not very well this weekend. So maybe next weekend when it's open again, jump in and maybe go together. But so it's doing very well. Like I said, huge player counts just on Steam alone, let alone consoles and stuff as well. And again, from all the feedback I have seen, it seems to be very, 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 very popular and very more doing better than for Battlefield 1 and Battlefield, was it 2042, whatever it was last. Again, not my cup of tea normally. So one more thing from Random Rick here. He says he does that Blop 6 as a casual player, like me. So who knows? But maybe it'll follow suit and be good. I hope so. But I mean, again, it seems to have a far more dedicated player base than Call of Duty, because it is a bit more, a bit more in depth and a bit more tactical than just running around with fucking Beavis and Butthead and Rick and Morty shooting each other in the face.
Yeah, I saw that. The blocks just going crazy, trying to sort of keep interest. I assume that's characters. The Fortnite approach, just keep sort of pulling in different IPs to gain people's interest.
Add all the random skins in and I mean, Fortnite have added the Power Rangers this week or last week, whatever it was.
I swear that's happened before, though.
I don't know if they've added any Power Rangers before. They might have done, but you can get the Megazord, Ray. You can get the Megazord.
That does nothing for me.
I loaded it up the other day just to see, because I haven't played it for ages, and within 20 minutes I was like, maybe I could play one, get into this battle pass again, get the Green Ranger, get the White Ranger, and eventually get him. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I've had my time with that. I'll play it every now and then, but I'm not grinding for skins anymore. I've had I say that now, but when I come back from my work trip in a couple of weeks, maybe I'll change my mind and I'll fancy it.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
that's all
yeah.
right.
That's a good idea. Random Rick says, Jamie and Gray Fortnite skins 2026. Come on, Gray, we've got to be in there, haven't we? They put us in Fortnite. If they could put Ali A in there, they could put us in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm still sort of reliving the horrific memories of the Rainbow Six things where you took a picture of your face and it sort of gave you a burn victim version face on your characters.
Yeah, the old
That was
camera of
haunting
Rainbow
enough.
Six Siege. Not Rainbow Six Siege, or Rainbow
Like
Six
a face has
Vegas.
been drawn on a balloon.
Yeah. That and the NBA one I tried to do as well.
It was the wrestling one as well.
Never worked very well.
It never did.
Never
I think
worked,
FIFA had one as well. That the technology used for that was just horrific.
Yeah, I think it's better now if you can do it properly. But even then, you're having.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped
us.
that. Surely it must be they can use somewhat better technology now to superimpose your own face on there. It's just people take liberties with it and keep putting bloody celebs on there.
Yeah, WWE 2K25 and the last few WWE games have let you put photos on for people's faces, and you can like line them up and get the contours right. And that's how people do like AEW wrestlers and stuff like that. And I think the NBA games still do it. I don't know about Madden or anything like that, but you have to be very patient and very particular with it. I think otherwise, like you said, it looks like shit. It looks like you were smashing the face with a frying pan or something.
That's part of the charm. I missed that.
It is part of the charm, but also no, thank you. Let's move on from that. But yeah, so I've completely lost where we were. Oh, skins, yeah. Put JM and Grammy in Fortnite 2026.
Hybrid skin. Well, I've already seen your face on the John Cena one, which it took a while to erase from my head.
Yeah, we'll. I'll see if I can bring that up later on. But anyway, in not so jovial news, Xbox once again cancelling shit left, right, and centre. Just Cause. You ever played Just Cause, Gray?
I did. I quite liked some of those. They were like a way over the top sort of action style.
Just massive physics playgrounds. Anyway, they were working on a game. Avalanche Studios working on a game for Microsoft called Contraband, which they announced 4 years ago with a trailer which I had earlier on. Let me find it very quickly because it literally said nothing, and then they haven't mentioned it once since, and now it's been cancelled. Much like everything else at the minute, it seems. They've said, nah, no more. We've had enough of this. So they cancelled Perfect Dark. They've cancelled, was it the Elder Scrolls Online MMO thing that they were working on? They've laid a load of people off. They've cancelled other projects in the works. I'm surprised, although I'm not putting it out there too much, that we're still expecting things like Fable at this point and State of Decay 3. Because... State of Decay as well, especially. I know the second one I think was quite a big game, but then so was the original Perfect Dark, and that still couldn't get off the ground. So what are they doing with this? But this new IP from Avalanche, obviously, like I said, they announced it with not even a gameplay trailer 4 years ago, and now it's gone shit the bed. Goodbye. What are they doing, Greg?
That's a shame.
What are they playing at?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what a lot of the aim is to sort of focus more on AI and squeaking out more from that, which is a sad state of affairs. But it's just sad to see so many kind of games cancelled like that after so much in the commitment. Obviously, it falls fouls of being whatever it was, Skull and Bones, whatever ridiculous length of time of being in there just to release a half-dud game.
Yeah, true. Again, that's an example of Ubisoft. Ubisoft in a release. The first quadruple A game had come out, and everyone's like, "What is this shit? What you spent all this time making this? No, thank you."
Well, that's probably what they're going through. Maybe it's just not gone past the sort of the test audiences as that they'd hoped, and they have to make that decision. Do we commit more time to try and improve it to get it to somewhere where we think this could sell, or have we just this ain't going to go? It's not what we hoped it would achieve, and if we can't just keep throwing money behind this just to take a loss on a game just because we got this far with it. It just doesn't seem like they're willing to take punts anymore. I think because they're saying that everything's becoming more expensive to try and do, that they're not willing to take those risks. Everyone just keeps thinking that Microsoft's this endless pot saying, why not? You've got enough money, you can just do this and make it work. But it doesn't seem to be the case.
yeah, to a degree, that's not necessarily wrong because they have got endless money. You know, they spent what 70 billion, more or less, on Activision Blizzard, but they can't spend a couple of tens of millions on whatever this game would have ended up being, and just put it out there and see what happens. It might not be very good. It might not hit, but I feel like they spent it so long going Game Pass. We're gonna have all these fantastic games from all these studios are in, and then over the time they got actually not that one or that one. Actually, no, we don't want that one either. You out. No. Gears though. Gears of War's coming. Don't worry about that. Maybe, possibly. Who knows? And yeah, but, so I'm just. It's the sideshow Bob gif of him stepping on a rake, smacking himself in the face, and then turning around.
It is. It's what them sort of they should do it slowly morphing into like the Nintendo symbol. Sort of there's very little sort of freshness, and it just keep getting those normal cash cows of the same games, just squeezing the same stuff out of the same IPs, and never getting anything. We're on Mario Kart fucking 952, and that's coming out.
But at least with Nintendo, with Zelda and Mario Kart and even something like Pikmin, they do. Each one is like its own thing. It's not like a Mario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas we get Gears of War 1 to 6, we get 1 to 5, we get Halo 1 to 6. There's just
like that's just the naming convention. It's still the same thing. It's still the next in the chain.
It is, but it's not. Mario Sunshine and Mario Odyssey, for example, although they're basically 3D platformers, they're very different games. Whereas Halo 2 and Halo 3 are basically the same game, just with newer, shinier graphics and new levels. They're not really changing much up in terms of what the game can be. And stuff like Contraband, perhaps, and Perfect Dark and Hi-Fi Rush and all that sort of stuff, that offers the variety that they were fucking touting for Game Pass for years. But now they're going, actually, we don't want the variety. We just want the surefire hits because we spent a lot of money on Call of Duty and we got to get it back somehow. So we can't afford to spend, we can't put these 10 weird games out. We just want one massive fucking success.
That's what it seems to be, squeezing the same IPs. And that's a minute it's going to end up being very Nintendo-y.
And also, this is what they were known for back in the day. It was Forza, Halo, and Gears. That was the meme in the 360. Yeah, what you got now? Oh, Forza, Halo, Fable, Gears, and then they started putting different stuff in, and now they've gone. Actually, don't worry about that. Dishonored, Deathloop, 2 fucking tremendous series that could easily get another game in now. But no, actually, what we'll do is we'll shut the studio and we'll just have them work on. Is it Blade they're working on now? Which, again, we've seen nothing of since they announced it in the CG trailer. And State of Decay again. Although the last one they said I think was in game. Wasn't actually showing the game off, and again, Everwild, Contraband, they need to fucking pull something out at Summer Games, not Summer Games Fest. What's it called? Opening Gamescom, opening night live, which is in I think just over a week. They need to fucking pull their finger out and get some good news without dropping themselves in it. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna announce a release date of the handheld, which is rumored that has been leaked the other day. And then they're going to go, oh, by the way, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg and your firstborn as well if you want to have the good one. No, just balance it out. Balance it out. Come on, we got to be a bit more gentle with these things, please. But yeah, I'm not a good time for them. And they make it. It's their own fault as well. It's not like anyone else has driven them up. They were like, yes, throw all this money at you. No, I need it back. I need money back, please. Stop. AI is the way. Yeah, of course it is.
But no, if they did that to Fable, I think that'd be a bit more painful than some of the others that they're dropping. Yeah. I'd rather nothing else got dropped, but a bigger one like that would definitely hurt a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I'm honestly at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if they said either that, like I said, that or State of Decay or even Blade cancelled, because what else? They just don't seem to fucking have a clue what they're doing. And I'm not a businessman, but there must be some sort of business person there who's going, hang on a minute, we spent all this money, we might as well just shove them out and hope for the best, no? Rather than just bin them off. But who knows? Anyway,
indeed, sad times.
That's enough sour sour stuff. We'll get into one more very, very quickly. And a little lighter news. Talking of Mario, you seen these toys, Gray, that we're bringing out? Nintendo announces My Mario, a range of products for young children, including amiibo building blocks. Coming out in Japan next year, but some will be coming to overseas. Coming out in Japan now, in next year overseas. Get my words out. And it's basically just a collection of, there's little, the picture here, let me bring it up. It's books and, like I said, building blocks and stuff. And it's just a way of using Mario, I guess, to get kids to play with some nifty little toys, which I can't complain with there. And where is he? Look how happy he is with a little Mario plushie here. Look at him in the little corner. Sleeping like a baby, a literal baby. It's a nifty little thing. Nintendo obviously branching out. They've got the theme parks in Japan and America now. Got the films, which are very, very good. I enjoyed the Mario movies quite a lot more than I thought I would, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. So any interest? I know your kids are a bit older, and my kids are a bit too old for this as well. But would you like some of this, Gray?
Well, not personally. I don't need to see those kind of bits, but I mean, they've always had some sort of different kind of toys and things that they were kind of peddling. But if they're sort of committing to it a bit more, making their own kind of stuff, then that's cool. Sort of the younger kids can get something out of it, and block play is always generally quite popular with kind of kids. But just when Nintendo gets involved, usually it's about 4 times the price of any other block that's around.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. The Nintendo Premium, I'm sure, will be in full effect. Like the alarm clock that was £110 or whatever it was.
Jesus Christ!
And you had to be a Nintendo online subscriber to buy one as well at the first. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you can get them now anyway. But yeah, when it first came out, you had to be a Nintendo online member to even be able to order
Jeepers,
one. Yeah. Anyway, just a nice little thing. If you're having some kids soon, I'm certainly not having any kids anytime soon. That's for damn sure. But if you are, you can buy them some overpriced Mario toys, which I'm sure they'll love. I know I would love. Please buy them for me. Anyway,
they generally have some sort of popularity, but yeah, that's crazy. 100 quid for a clock. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's other bits and pieces in the news, but to be honest, I think that's it for the bigger stuff. We got opening night live, like I said, in Gamescom. In a week and a bit. I will be away for the next few weeks, so I'm going to hand the keys to the kingdom over to Graham and Ross and Ian, and you can all entertain and delight everybody with your dulcet tones, and I'm sure lots of talk about everything but Resident Evil, which I will make sure I'll tell you all about when I come back, because I'm sure I'll play some while I'm away. I've installed Resident Evil 2 on my laptop to take with me, because I haven't played that for a while. And
can't get enough.
Can't get enough. But yeah, so for now, if you want to go to xboxtavern.com, you can read lots of reviews, as I mentioned when we're talking about what we've been playing, including lots of PC-based reviews, which I've done. So we've got AJ's Greedland review, which is up on the site right now. Again, we discussed that game earlier on. My Heartworm review, my Dead Take review, my Atomic Hour review, all on PC. James's Ready or Not review, which I played a little bit of. It's very much Rainbow Six coded, like like hardcore tactical shooter. I did the first mission. I survived. Nobody died, so that was a great success. I might play a little bit more while I'm away. It is play anywhere, that game. I didn't realise, so I will be taking that with me to play while I'm away as well. And AJ's review of Islanders New Shore as well, which I've never even heard of, but apparently this is the second one, and he gave it a 10 out of 10. He said he fucking adored it. So go check them out on xboxtavern.com right now, as well as there's some other bits and pieces up there, games that coming out this month that I think are quite interesting. My Sinden Light Gun review, and you can see our Gaming Tavern's game night where we played Peak, and you can watch the whole shenanigans of that. And Ross, you can watch us through Ross's perspective from a million miles away while he's way ahead of us. Go and enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Cool.
Well, I think that'll do us, Gray. I think we're there. We're done. We're done and dusted. Thank you very much for joining me, and thank you for joining us. This is Gaming Tavern's YouTube channel. You can find us at Xbox Tavern on most places, Twitter and Facebook and Blue Sky, stuff like that. xboxtavern.com, like I said, for reviews. Come back to the YouTube channel for gameplay streams every now and then, as and when we can get together and do so. And I guess these guys will be back next Sunday, 8 p.m.
Ish.
for a Jamie-less couple of weeks of podcasting. So have fun. Good luck. I'll try and
Yes.
listen. I don't know how much internet access I'll have while I'm out there, but if I have, I'll jump on and say hello. But for now, farewell. Goodbye.
Yeah, there we are.